So this is another Indo-Living video that I decided to make, and this one's more about me. You don't want to know how many videos I've done, because every time I look at it, I'm talking so slow. So I'm just gonna, what the, if you could always have access to one food from the US, what would it be? I would honestly, shit. I mean, I can get it here, but it's a challenge, and I mean, it's a drink, but almond milk, the vanilla flavor, is my absolute favorite, and I miss it so much. Just cold almond milk. Do you feel happy? That is a tough question. I feel like it depends on like how you define being happy, because I miss home and I miss my family and I miss my friends, but I am happy here. When you start, of course, you're not as close to these people, so your ties aren't really there, you know what I'm saying? But the longer I'm here, the more I realize that these relationships are building, and we do have those moments when we talk, and they're like, "Yo, remember when this happened? That was so good," or "That was so funny," or "Remember when we had this one moment and we just couldn't stop laughing?" And so things like that definitely remind me that, you know, I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy that I don't even know how to explain it. It's hard. It's hard. This is my my country director keeps saying uh, this this saying that I guess was said when she was a Peace Corps volunteer. It's like, Peace Corps, the hardest job you'll ever love. And I never understood it at first, but now I'm here like, yeah, this is the hardest job I'll ever love, because sometimes I just be mad. Like, I just be like, okay, what is your housing situation like? How is your host family? Um, I share a house with these two wonderful people. They're in their mid 70s. So I'm closer to my Ibu. She reminds me a lot of my mom. She's very funny. She's always making fun of me because I'm scared of bugs. And they're really good with giving me like my space. My papa, he kind of reminds me of like an uncle that I had. And he's always just trying to teach me the language, Sudanese and Indonesian. And I'm always like, okay, I'm ready. Just, just tell me. And he'll like write on this whiteboard that we have at home, and I'll take notes and be like, okay, we're gonna do this. So yeah, I feel really blessed to have them, because they definitely make me feel at home, and they give me my space when I need it, and they also make sure they show me some love. You know, they're always like, hey, do you want to join us here? Do you want to come here? Or we hope you're doing okay, especially when I'm sick. How's the food? How's the culture? And how is it being able to teach them about your own culture? The food is really spicy. The culture is different, very conservative, but it's pretty awesome, because even though they're very conservative, they're very accepting. Because, you know, I'm not as conservative, but I do respect the place I'm at. So you're not gonna see me wearing nothing crazy. Um, but yeah, it feels really good to tell people about me. It's difficult, being Latina, uh, because my culture is not just like, I'm American, boom, 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 right? I'm Puerto Rican, so it's it's cool. I gotta tell them a little bit about America, but then a little bit about Puerto Rico as well, and like the food that I grew up eating. So it feels really good to show them that America is not just, hey, look at this white person. These are the only people here. Like, no. Um, there's a bunch of other people. There's Indonesian Americans. There's so many, and it blows their mind every time, and it just makes me happy that I'm given the opportunity to show them that. And then it's amazing for them to, share their culture with me, and then I'm able to go back and bring it back, able to make these videos to tell you guys that, it's it's different here, and you should definitely come and see it for yourself. Okay, next question. What was the biggest culture shock you had to adapt to? Uh, the biggest culture shock. Honestly, sometimes I don't even know when I'm having a culture shock until like later on. So I get mistaken for Indonesian sometimes because of the color of my skin, right? So sometimes I get away as long as I'm not talking. I could just walk and no one will say anything. But when they do know that I'm American, they will swarm me and want to take pictures and just ask me so many questions because they're excited, they're happy, they want to get to know who I am. And that's amazing. And then I appreciate it because I know that they're happy that I'm here. It's just overwhelming because I'm a person who likes my space. So when everybody's just like, oh, hi, nice to meet you, I start freaking out. I'm like, no, no, no. All right, next question. What's the shorties like? We just gotta skip that. How has it been having a long distance relationship? How do you do it? Okay. So if you don't know, yeah, I'm in a long distance relationship. Amazing person. His name is Akeem. Akeem, you cute. I don't even. Oh my God. Give me a second. Hey. All right, this is a hard topic to talk about. So having a long distance relationship is hard. You really have to make time for the other person. You have to talk to them. I mean, it's you have to make time, but know that you don't always have time, and that's my problem. So one thing I know, every relationship is not perfect, and people are always going to argue. So if you pretend like your relationship's perfect and you post it online, we could see through the lies. I could see through the lies, and I'm not that type of person. So a long distance relationship is hard. There have been times where I've been really sad. I've cried. I just didn't know what to do. Not because my partner is terrible. He's great. He's wonderful. But because sometimes you just want a hand to hold or a hug or something. And I feel like the most important thing for long distance is communication. As long as you're talking to them and letting them know how you feel, even if it's a bad feeling, even if it's I don't know, if it's gonna work out. Because it could just be just a negative thought for the day. Doesn't mean you want to end the relationship. It's just a fear of yours. Let them know that you're afraid. Because they might be feeling the same way. And luckily, my partner, he's, when I tell him how I feel, he'll tell me right back. Sometimes but yeah, I wanted to call him, but it's really early. I just wanted to say I love you. What? Okay. Sorry. I'll talk to you later. Bye. I don't know if you could hear that, but he said he loved me. Okay, anyway. Times where it's 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and he'll yeah, it'll be like 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning, and he'll call me, and I just answer. Like sometimes you just have to make those sacrifices, waking up, talking to them, letting them know that you love them, even with the time difference, because our time difference is completely, it's the middle of the day right now, and he's asleep. So you just have to make it work. If that means I have to stay up later to talk to you, I'm gonna stay up later to talk to you. That means I gotta get up early to say goodnight. I'm gonna get up early to say goodnight. You do what you gotta do when you love somebody. Yeah, if there's time in my next video, I'll make another section to answer questions and stuff. But thank you for watching.